guys, thank you so much for being here. So today we're going to do another collective tarot reading, and I pulled your current energies and I got Jupiter, reddening, and conjunction. So what I really feel like a lot of you are, what's like happening is like you guys are, my God, I feel like you guys are like, there's something that's breaking free. Like something is majorly happening right now. Like there's an activation, there's an awakening. I don't know if some of, I feel like, okay, so for my past readings, I feel like a lot of you have been through like a transformational process, and I kind of feel like a lot of you are getting to this kind of the end of it, right? And there's something about an energy breaking free. And also two of these cards were talking about three parts uniting. So it was like the laboratory, the work, and the self were all coming together. And then for conjunction, it was like the sun and the moon coming together. Like parts are coming together. There's an integration that's finally reaching its peak, is what I'm hearing. Jupiter. So what is your Jupiter in? If you don't, okay, if you go to Cafe Astrology, type in your birth time, and it will help you understand what your chart is. If you know your birth time, hopefully you do. If you don't, like, okay, so I was adopted. I don't know why this is coming through. I was adopted. I didn't know my birth time, right? And I never am going to know it. Like, I just won't. I can't. I looked into like researching how to get into the adoption records, right? Like, but no, like it takes, you have to go through a court process. Like it's a lot of work, and my adoptive parents don't know. And so what I did was I got all these cards, right? And I put in all these numbers, right? Like, you know, 1 through whatever. And I did, and then I pulled each one, and I got a time for myself. And there is something about, if some of you don't know your birth chart time and you can't find it out, or you don't want to find it out, like maybe you don't talk to your parents, I don't know like what the deal is, right? Doesn't matter. You can do that, and spirit will give you the right time, like AM, PM, like kind of thing. And I found that when I did that, because I was not ever able to know my birth time, that it was really helpful in helping me understand my own chart, and it really resonated what I found. And my Jupiter's in Leo, and I have so much Capricorn in my chart, it's ridiculous. And also there's something about Mars coming through here too. My Mars is in Gemini, but there's something about Mars coming through here too. So Jupiter is all about expansion and good fortune and luck, and you know, just coming, I just feel like you're coming into yourself. And there's something here about like you've done so much work, okay? So much healing work that now the gifts from the healing work are kind of finally starting to activate. And I definitely feel like a lot of you have integrated certain parts in yourself. You've integrated deep wounds in yourself. You've done deep healing. And also I did get that some of you might be going through a Kundalini awakening, which, by the way, I have never actually gone through a Kundalini awakening, but I have felt Kundalini energy in myself, and it is very physically demanding. So this is happening in my other reading. You may be feeling physically like hotter. Kundalini energy is almost like, I remember I was seeing this reader, and she was channeling Kundalini energy, and her whole neck turned red. Like it was, I watched it happen. It was crazy. And there's something about, there's an activation of Kundalini energy. And if you don't know what that is, go look it up. Kundalini it's not an easy process to go through, but there's something about, even if you're not going through a Kundalini awakening and you don't know you are, there's something about some type of Kundalini energy that's awakening in you. And it's all about like, oh man, red. I just keep seeing red, hot, fire, an activation of something deep within you that is like bringing out something really beautiful. Like it's really creative. Muse energy is coming through. And conjunction, it's like conjunction is about like joining two parts together. And I almost see it as the dark and the light, because when you see this card, right, you see the white and the black, and there's something about joining forces. I'm hearing joining forces. That's so funny. I'm hearing joining forces. Also, you could be, there's conjunctions also about love, okay? Like love, union, divine union. So there's something here also about that some of you could be going through. I also am hearing a unification of the divine feminine and the divine masculine that's coming through. You could be joining those two different parts, like your masculine and your feminine, and you could be healing wounds with the masculine and the feminine. And because you're healing those wounds, there's like a coming together of those. Okay, let me see what's going on with Jupiter. So with Jupiter. Page of Cups. I like this deck. It's the After Tarot. I haven't used it on my readings in a while, but I've been using it myself. 3 of Swords, 5 of Swords. Can I get, what's this 5 of Swords about? Hierophant. Oh, wow. Okay. Hierophant is Taurus energy. So the Hierophant is about institutions. It can be about spiritual leadership. It can be about commitments. It could be about belief systems that have kept you stuck, okay? So what I'm feeling with Jupiter is that you are expanding through old belief systems. There's something about knowledge coming through here. I'm really attracted to the book with a little writing on it. There could be a lot of research that you guys are doing, but I do feel like, oh my God, what I'm seeing is like doing research in your own self, like researching what are my negative beliefs and like, where do I feel heartbroken? Where have I given love when I was a kid or an adult and I felt rejected? There's like something about rejection coming through here and no longer rejecting yourself. There's something about no longer rejecting yourself and loving yourself in a deeper, more connected way. There's something about what am I committed to? Okay. So there's like questions of like, what am I committed to right now? How does this commitment make me feel? Am I committed to beliefs that don't serve me anymore? There's something about expanding through old beliefs and letting go of old beliefs that you have. It's a huge process that you're going through. You could also be looking into your past of like, where did I get really hurt? How did I hurt other people? Like there's a deep transformation and a process of pain in your heart. Heartbreak is another one that's coming through. Like you're really looking at like, okay, where have I been heartbroken? You know, and kind of showing up for yourself in a way that's like different than you've maybe been comfortable doing it before. Like definitely something strong about that happening. 6 of Pentacles. Yeah. Okay. So this is about like, am I receiving equal give and take in my relationships right now? And where am I not? And how is it making me feel? And what do I need to do to change the way I show up, but also what I allow and what I do not allow into my energy and into my space? There's something about boundaries coming through here really strongly. Like, do I have too many? Do I not have enough? And wherever you are on the spectrum, because we're all different, right? We've all learned different ways of coping, right? So like some people have a lot of boundaries because they've been really wounded when they were vulnerable, and so they put up like walls, right? Some people have that, and there's some people that have learned how to not have boundaries and fawn. So like fight, freeze, or fawn. Fawning is like people pleasing. It's giving energy when you don't want to give energy. It's almost kind of like a manipulation of the energy, but not in like it can be conscious, right? It can be like a conscious intentional manipulation, but I don't get that for this. I'm more getting like a subconscious manipulation of the energy to try to create outcomes where you feel safe. Like there's this feeling of like wanting to feel safe. And this is, again, all of these things are coming out of a need to feel safe, and because we've been really hurt in the past in either having too many boundaries or not having too many boundaries, but like not having boundaries enough, or having too many boundaries to where we are isolating ourselves and not kind of experiencing human connection because it's too scary to experience that, because we've been really hurt when we have been vulnerable. It's again all like kind of like a need to control. So there's something about control coming through here where you may be deeply healing, like maybe where am I trying to control things? Where am I trying to control situations that I shouldn't be controlling? Where am I trying to manipulate the energy? And how can I move better and flow better? And how do I set boundaries for myself? How do I let some boundaries down for people that I actually do want to connect with? Like those are all questions that I feel are coming through. It's really deep, you guys. This is like extremely deep. Okay, reddening. Got the Wheel of Fortune. We got the Queen of Pentacles. Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter energy. That is correct. I'm hearing Spirit say yes, but I'm like, is it? Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter energy? Question mark. I believe it is. Yes, Wheel of Fortune is in in both tarot and astrology is often associated with Jupiter's energy. The connection highlights themes of destiny, cyclical nature, and both good and bad fortune, aligning with Jupiter's expansive and transformative nature. dude, I knew it. I was like, wait a minute, Jupiter is freaking the Wheel of Fortune. I was like, what? So it's like double confirmation, guys. There is something destined and fated happening right here. There is like an extreme, maybe like you are going through something like an extreme change. But I feel like it's super internal, but it's like now it's translating to the external, and you're figuring out how to take what you've learned inside and take how you feel inside and transfer that outside of yourself into action. There's something about taking action here. It also could be, you're also some of you could be expanding on a job. There's an expansion of your stability. You're nurturing yourself, because we got the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is all about like nurturing yourself, being responsible, taking care of the things that make you feel good. Where are you putting your resources? Where are you putting your energy? Where are you getting back energy? Like it's about time and quality time, and connecting with, like, when I give energy to this thing outside of me, am I getting, like, again, I'm seeing Six of Pentacles, am I getting what I feel like I'm giving? And that is something that you are maybe very deeply like looking into. Like I'm definitely feeling like it's relationships for sure, but it also could be where you're working. The Hermit, Virgo energy is coming out here. What I love about this card, okay, so we got, usually the Hermit is without the snake and without the wolf, okay, whoops, the wolf. So, like, I love that they have both, because this is, like, super transformational, what you're going through. And I see the Hermit looking into the Queen of Pentacles. Like, it is really about, like, how do I nurture my stability? And where am I not feeling stable, and where am I feeling stable, and where can I take action to create change, outside of me that's going to internally align. Like there's like an extreme understanding and a deep awareness of where you are feeling aligned and where you are not feeling aligned. And that's becoming really clear. Now, there's resistance, of course, because it's change, right? And like, I don't know if you're a fixed sign. I am a fixed sign, so I do not like change. I really don't. I really don't like change. So there is something coming through about change. I'm also hearing Gemini. Gemini is not a fixed sign, but they are very in the thought process. And I feel like Gemini energy could be very helpful for you here. It's funny because is my Mars in Gemini, or was my Mercury's? I don't know. I think my Mercury's in Capricorn. Anyways, whatever. Doesn't matter. There's something about Gemini energy coming through here. Yeah, it is. Mars is in Gemini. There's something about Gemini energy. Gemini is all about like, oh my gosh, I love Gemini energy. It's beautiful. It's like holding so many thoughts at once. It's oh God, it's intellectual, it's exciting, it's all about ideas, you know, and there's something about being flexible, okay? And I think maybe that through this process, you've had to be really flexible, and you've had to kind of like start to be okay with change. And I know how hard that is. I really do. It is so hard to be, no one likes change, okay? Like, it's just like, I feel like I don't know, maybe people do. I just don't. So I totally get, like, it's not easy, whatever you're going through, because change is required. That's what the Wheel of Fortune is. But there's something about, like, so what I love about the Wheel of Fortune and the wheel turning is that, like, when you heal something really deeply internal, and you are aligning with your path that you feel like your soul is calling you to, that's where abundance lies, okay? That's where expansion lies. That's where you get the gifts that you are wanting. That's where you start to feel more connected, more authentic, more aware. So there's something about, because you're going through this deeply felt process, and because you're changing on such an internal level, and because you're willing to implement change in your life, and if you are having a hard time implementing change in your life, it is a process. You will get there, or you won't, and that's okay too. Like, it's all about what you're willing and what you're not willing to do, and what you're feeling ready for, right? Like, can you heal yourself? Can you feel safe in yourself enough to implement a change that your soul is calling you to continue moving forward? That's what Spirit's saying. Okay, conjunction. What parts are we connecting? That's what I want to know. I just see the sun and the moon again. Four of Swords, healing, deep healing happening. King of Swords, okay? King of Swords. What's King of Swords about? It's something about like the intellectual space you're healing. Three of Cups. Okay, so you're reconnecting. Again, there's another three parts, okay? Can I get more about this three? What else? What else are they connecting? The Knight of Wands. What else? I feel like this is complicated for some odd reason. I feel like it's complicated. I'm getting that. Judgment, Temperance. Interesting. So I had a reading come out yesterday. If you felt called to it, go watch it. What's it called? Going through a period of deep healing. That's what it's called? Okay, hold on. I'm just going to sit with this. So there's Judgment. There's Temperance, which is Sagittarius energy. We've got the Queen of Wands. We've got Three of Cups, Two of Wands, Knight of Wands, King of Swords, Four of Swords. Okay, so some of you, this could be a relationship that you're healing. Some of you, it could be, I mean, here's the thing. It could be internal. It could be external. It could be both, okay? So the King of Swords is all about intellectual pursuits. I don't know why I'm hearing that. Decisiveness, being very logical, being very practical, having boundaries. There's like a lot of boundaries here, okay? And then we also have the Knight of Wands and the Queen of Wands. The Knight of Wands is about fast-paced movement, going after something that's really inspiring you, moving forward and like jumping to the opportunity. And then we have the Queen of Wands, who's very confident, very creative, very passionate, very desirous, like feels good about herself, knows what she wants, like does not hold back. We have the Two of Wands. So there's something about, it's funny because we do have 3 different court cards here. That's funny. So, and there's three of Cups. There is a merging of you having boundaries, you being decisive about what you want, a merging of your fire energy with your air energy. There's like a merging of that, and then there's something that's being birthed from that. And there's something about you going slow again through this process and learning about different parts of yourself and how to merge the different parts of you together. Sorry, I'm getting lost a little bit, which you may be feeling like you're getting lost a little bit in the energy. It's a lot of energy that's being handled right now. Like I feel like your thoughts could be really loud. I feel like you wanting to move forward really strongly. And then there's also this feeling of like trying to make sure that and then we also, it's funny because we have like, okay, so we have a fast energy, we have Four of Swords, which is all about rest, okay? So there could be this feeling of like really wanting to move forward, but being like kind of held back in the energy. That's what I'm getting. Because there's healing here that's still happening. Okay, I do want to pull. Okay, I feel like, what am I feeling here? It is okay to be lost. That's what I'm hearing. It is okay to be lost. It's okay not to know. There's something that's still being born. There's something that's still being figured out. Like there's something that you're still figuring out with your energy right now. There could be, again, there could be a relationship that you're trying to figure out too. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna pull some cards on this. I feel like, hold on guys. I'm like really annoyed right now for some odd reason. Okay, I feel like there's so much going on. It's hard for me to see. Okay, Spirit, can you show me what's going on here in an easier way for me to understand? There's King of Swords again. Okay, King of Swords, Five of Wands, Six of Pentacles. What I'm getting for some of you is that there's somebody outside of you that is fighting you on something. I don't really necessarily get that this is internal. It could be internal. Yeah, there's something that you're walking away from. There's the Eight of Cups. There could be a relationship for some of you that you're emotionally walking away from because you do not feel like you're getting equal give and take. But there's like a need to move slow because there's judgment happening. Like you are still understanding a situation in a better way. There's like trying to understand it in a fuller way. Sorry guys, I got super stuffed up in the energy and I don't know if that's the way you've been feeling. There is like a pause that's needed. If some of you are dealing with a relationship and you are feeling like you don't know what to do, pause, okay? Like that's the advice here. Pause and go slow. There's something about being really kind to yourself during this process. Some of you are really releasing something very deep and very heavy with somebody outside of you. It could also be something within you, of course. Sorry if this doesn't resonate for a lot of you. There's something that you're walking away from. It could be a job. It could be something. There's something that a lot of you are trying to emotionally walk away from. And there's a difficult time in accepting this. Like, you don't want to accept this. That's what I'm getting. There's like, I don't want to accept that this is happening. This is really hard. I really wanted things to go a certain way. There's an expectation of the way that things were supposed to turn out. And this is about like acceptance and like not resisting the feeling that you want to walk away. There's something about not getting what you need here. There's something about that. There's a misalignment of the energy, okay? And this conjunction is about aligning the energy that you are feeling within you outside of you. So some of you are still in this relationship or job, and you are feeling like you want to leave. And that feeling will not go away. And a lot of you have tried to make that stop. You're like, come on, I just want to like stay here. I like it here. I mean, kind of, right? Kind of don't like it there though, do you? Kind of don't like it there, do you? That's the point, right? Because you do not feel like you're getting the Six of Pentacles, which is equal give and take, which is what we were talking about in the beginning with Jupiter energy. Oh my God, I got it. Okay, so the Hierophant's about belief systems, okay? So when we have belief systems, let's say I don't want to be alone. I'm just going to give an example. If it doesn't fit for you, it doesn't fit for you. I don't want to be alone, or let me go with work too. I don't want to be alone in a relation. I don't want to be alone on my own, okay? I'll start with that one. The belief is I don't want to be alone. I'm not safe to be alone, okay? If you're in a relationship where you feel like you are being devalued and you're not getting what you want, but it's familiar and safe, that belief of I don't want to be alone is keeping you from moving forward and moving on from a relationship that you feel like is not in alignment for you anymore, okay? Now, if you're in a job, okay? The belief system of I am not safe I'm not safe if I don't have money, or I'm not safe if I don't have this role. I am not safe if I don't have like a secured source of income, okay? Like something like that, something with resources, okay? Now, if you're in a job that you are not feeling aligned in anymore, this Eight of Cups is going to be hard to do because we feel like that belief system is holding us back, okay? But it's safe, and it's something that we've known forever, okay? So what Jupiter is about, it's finally coming full circle. I'm like, why did I get so lost? It's finally coming, well, that may be what happened to you. You may have kind of figured it out in the beginning and then got lost in the middle, and now you're figuring it out again. So you're getting deeply connected to the beliefs that are holding you back from doing this. This is what you want. This is where your soul's calling you. You're being called to leave this behind. You are. You're being called to leave whatever this is behind, okay? Because we have Knight of Wands, okay? We have Knight of Wands. It's just like, I want to move forward. I want to be done with this, okay? But then we're stopped up by the Four of Swords, which is like healing and rest and like needing to like, and then we have Judgment, which is like getting really connected to looking at a situation clear. And then we have Temperance, which is also slow energy. So we got like, this is why I was like, why can't I figure out this energy? Because I feel like we have so much energy that wants to push forward, right? But then we also have energy that's slowing us down, right? So I was like, why can't I get this in my head right, okay? So yeah, the World's on the bottom of the deck. So this is like a cycle that you are ending, and you are trying to move forward in a new cycle. So the expansion is getting clear on what your beliefs are, deeply healing those beliefs. So again, Eight of Cups is just seriously just like, this is what you want. This is what you want. You want to walk away. You want to walk away emotionally. Some of you may have already physically walked away. That's what I'm getting to. So Six of Swords is coming in my head. Six of Swords is like the physical walking away of doing something, but a lot of you have not emotionally walked away. And there's something about someone still being in your energy, or something still being in your energy. And this is about healing. Again, with Jupiter's energy, it's expansive energy. Healing these wounds and these deep beliefs that are keeping you from doing what you want and what your soul wants. And again, that is all about feeling. It's all about feeling what's going on, and like, you know, being able to move forward in a way that you want. This is a lot, you guys. This is like so deep. I can't even. So deep. Okay, let's pull some of these. Let your fears dissolve. Yeah, full moon in Cancer. So a lot of you could be feeling like your fear is stopping you from moving forward. Fear. And it's, again, stemming from negative beliefs. So I just feel like a lot of you are just healing something so deep. Okay. New moon in Sagittarius, focus on the positive. And we have last quarter moon in Libra, make time for self-love. Okay. So make time for self-love. A lot of you could be still going through this process of emotionally walking away, which means that you're in a deep period of pain. Okay. So you may not be able to see the full bigger picture yet, but the bigger picture is coming into view. That is what I'm seeing for some of you. Like, you are starting to see, like, okay, I don't want to be here anymore. Where could I be going? What could I be doing? Who could I be with? Like, right? Like, that's the feeling I'm getting. And this is, again, getting deeply connected to why your fear is stopping you, but it is because of the Hierophant, which is like being committed to negative beliefs almost, but not like consciously being committed to them, but like, it's just so old, okay? Whatever you are healing is so old and so deep within you that it is so difficult to get a clearer perspective. And also it's so deeply hard to heal it. So like, Jupiter's coming through to help you expand, to help you break out of this. And I do feel like a lot of you are like finally breaking out of this and finally seeing clearly and finally like, okay, I'm finally feeling ready to accept this and to walk away. And some of you are not, and that's okay. Just depends on where you are in the process, because like, right, it's a continuum. Like, where some of you are here and some of you are here and some of you are in the middle. Like, just depends on where you're at. And I just want to say, I am so proud of you. And also, it's very hard when you have two parts of you that are wanting opposite things. So one part of you wants to stay. One part of you wants to go. Now, when you have that, you get stuck because like, you can't move. Like, how are you supposed to move when you have both of those things screaming at you? And so it's like, it's healing whatever's underneath that's stopping you from moving that will heal this and help you finally, this other part of you that like, you got to get both parts on board. So it can be helpful. There is a distraction. It could be helpful to ask the part of you that is keeping you stuck. Why are you here? And what do you need from me to feel safe so that I can move forward? And listen to the answer. And I think that will be helpful. Okay, guys, I went way over this. I was trying to figure it out. I went way over. Well, then I thought I would go. Anyways, I am so proud of you guys. Seriously, this is a huge process you're going through. Take your time, soothe yourself, make time for self-love, focus on the bigger picture. That could be helpful. And understand that fear is just fear, okay? It feels extremely terrifying. I always feel like my fear can hurt me, right? Like, it's like almost like okay, I see you. I feel like my fear, when I have fear, I feel like it's actually hurting me, which is why I want to get out of the feeling so bad. And fear can't hurt you. Fear can't hurt you. So get it connected to what your fear is and how can you let your fears dissolve in the situation, and how can you look at, like, how can you get more connected to the part of you that wants to move? And also, can you be kinder to yourself and move slower through this, even though you want to move forward and push through? Okay, I think that's all I have for you guys, and I will see you guys next time.